How's it going today? Well, we are back at the Twin Shotgun houses. And we are working on the Barnard house still today. I really am excited and happy about the color scheme and how this is coming along inside. You'll see in a little bit, we'll talk a little bit about how we're going to carry that throughout the main parts of the house. So let's just go ahead and jump into it. I'll see you in a little bit. So we are back in the living room area where I've made just a few changes. Actually, I've changed, if you noticed from yesterday, the carpeting is blue again, but now it is the darker blue and not that. Originally, we tried the light blue, pastel blue. I didn't like that with the blue walls, and then we just changed it to cream. But I kind of like it with everything being so blue to have the carpet to be blue. It just kind of goes. I also changed out, I didn't realize that this lamp that comes with the Nostalgia Living Stuff pack actually was an uncorded version. I had the corded version originally, which like snaps to the wall, but for obvious reasons, because it's corded. And we have this uncorded version as well. Whoops, just here, so I could actually put it somewhere else. So it's not clipping into my curtains. I also have, something happened to my Tiffany lamp. I have to put that back. It's going to be difficult because I had to put it down with the tool mod. But I also put this rug in because before I had it without, and it just looks so empty. And yes, it does overlap a little bit, but that's the way it would be. In real life, you would have some little bit of overlappage because this is a big area, or a small area and a big rug. So that's just how it would be. And I'm not going to be fussy about that. And then I've also put this little swag thing over the door. I just think it looks grandmotherly and cute. And this was the grandmother's house. I think it's supposed to be like a Christmas decoration, but I put it in a swatch that isn't so Christmassy. And so to me, it just looks like something from the 90s that my mother would have had in her house at one point. And the last thing I put in was just a little coat rack at the door because we don't have any storage for coats and scarves and hats and things. And so it's just a very necessary type of situation that we've got going on there. And so we're going to be working on the kitchen today. So I have in mind a very blue kitchen. So strap in because you may not like this at first, but I hope you trust the process and I hope you can see the vision that we're going for today. I think we're going to work on, my kitty, we okay? I think they just jumped down off something. I don't know. They're all getting a little bit old, so I think sometimes they fall off things. Let me make sure they're okay real quick. Okay, it's fine. It's just Peach. Every time he gets so active every time I start recording these days. So actually what it is that he jumped into a box that we have open. We got an Amazon package today and he jumped into there and scared me to death and I thought he died. But he's not. He's fine. He was looking at me like, what? Mom, what? But we're also going to be working on this hallway as well as the kitchen today. And you can see a sneak peek. I have pulled out a few things. So let's go ahead and we'll get the kitchen started. But I am definitely going to just embrace the blue. I think we're doing it. And there's a reason. I want it to be like this because the daughter, Georgia, I want her room to be a very certain way. That kind of is very different in its own way from the rest of the house. So that's what we will be doing. So I'm using this blue and white tile. I think that it's really fun to kind of make things that are of a different era in The Sims because everything is just sort of reaching for, modern, eclectic, contemporary stuff, which is perfectly fine. This reminds me of the Sims 1 so much. Oh my gosh. Like, look at that. That's the Sims 1. I can hear the music. But yeah, like just of a different era. It's so much fun. So I'm putting in this little, it's a really big window actually. And I want to make sure that I've got it at the right height here for the counters. putting a sink under that. Let me just make sure that this sink is not cutting into the window. It is, so we're gonna put you up a little bit. Actually, I might just alt place that because I want it to be kind of bumped right in there. There we go. Because I want them to be able to look out the window like as they're washing dishes or whatever it is. I think that's the way it would have been originally. I think I will not put a dishwasher in here. I think that they're not struggling for money, especially now that they're living in this home that it's already bought and paid for by the grandmother long ago. But they're probably saving money for Georgia's school, for her university, because again, this is probably the US, and we don't have, unless you get like some kind of scholarship or something, even then, if you don't have a full ride, like you gotta pay, and it's expensive. So they probably are just a little bit, and I think unfortunately it's probably where George's dad is not in the picture, as we know, and he's not paying child support, which is illegal. But I think it's illegal in all 50 states in the US. I don't know. Thankfully not in that situation, but no shade to those who are, all the love to those who are actually in that situation. But I've got this blue and white kitchen. Trust the process. I know it's looking very like, what are we doing? I know. But we are doing it. So I'm putting in, I always like to put in these pantries. I just like having that little touch in there. I'm putting the fridge here and a counter here. Or maybe I should do you think I should change that in that? Or do you think I should put that here where I had it? When I was kind of mapping it out, I had it like this. I think it makes sense because of the way I want to put the cabinets above. So let's just kind of look at this here. I wanted this one. I'm not putting in a ton of cabinetry simply because I have like a different way I want to do it. But I do have like these little tiny ones. So here, I've got this blue and black range hood, which is from Cottage Living. I kind of wish that it was like blue and white to kind of match everything else, but they didn't really have that. I love this thing. I just don't love that it's like all the black with it as well. I wish if they're going to have swatches, they need to make like a bigger catalog of swatches, in my opinion, not just like 3 or 4. It feels like it's not very much. And I know throughout the years they've been adding into the base game itself more and more swatches. It just feels like, I don't know, we can do better than that, The Sims, But I'm adding this little shelf under here for like spices and things, and I'm adding this shelf over here as well because it just feels home-ish, It feels homey and cozy, and it feels like it would just go into this old-fashioned kind of grandma-esque kitchen. And then oh, that's right. That was it. I just have to add some more of these on the top here. And I'm actually going to add another counter and a full cabinet there. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Yeah, so it's definitely a very colorful kitchen, but I wanted it to match in with everything else. Blue, I just think it just matches, like I said, a different era, different time of what people really liked. I know in like the 50s, 40s, and 50s, probably more in the 50s, but they would do stuff like this where it would be like gingham actually, and like a colorful patterned ceiling. And like I was really surprised because I always have, because I'm obviously not from that, was not born in that era, believe it or not. Hard to believe, I know. But like I always had imagined a very specific way that things were, and apparently they just went crazy, like with certain things, like very, very bright. But I guess it makes sense going into the 60s, like that's where I think of all the colors and patterns, but apparently they were doing it in the 50s too. So, the way it be sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out just a few things to kind of decorate the kitchen with, because right now it's looking a little bit plain and bland. So let's actually get some spices out. And these are the spices that I want. I want this to look, of course, like old-timey, and like this has been here, like maybe this was a gift or something, and I just like kept it here for the long time. And then I also chose lots of things. So I'm going to change this light out, actually, to this boob light. Let me turn the grid on just to see where my midpoint is. There we go, in the room. And I just think that gives it like a better old-timey feel. It looks a little bit more authentic to me than it just being like, you know, niced. Niced? What is niced? I don't know. Nice recessed lighting is what I'm trying to say. And then I'm going to have to pull this out because I've got this fave that I had to put up with the tool mod. This is the grandpa house must have dried flowers. Now, I want to think that the story behind these dried flowers, which by the way, I had to size them down and put them down with the tool mod as well. But I want to think that these were some flowers that maybe the mother in this household was, or the grandmother, I should say, was given by one of her children or all of her children for Mother's Day. And she just like dried them and kept them for years and years, and they're just still here. Oh, so sentimental. And on the shelf, I also want to put, let me take this off again. I want to put this tea because I think possibly that this is a tea drinking family more than a coffee drinking family. They just give me that vibe. So we're doing that because, let me make sure that's not floating. Yeah, that's good. And that fits well in there. I think it's like dipped down more than it should be, but I don't want to have to deal with it with the tool mod, so we're just going to let it be that way. It looks fine to me. And I actually want to put in a kettle. And I'm thinking I want to do... I don't think I want to do blue kettle because I want to make it like they bought this. Like, this is not something that was with the kitchen. Maybe the old kitchen had like an old coffee maker and they're like, well, we want tea. We don't really like coffee. So they just bought this and it didn't really match the rest of the kitchen necessarily. Yeah. I have this little thing. I just feel like that fits the vibe. It's got the blue and it's also got some like creamy sort of brownie gold to it, and that kind of reflects in the rest of the kitchen. And oh yeah, that's right, I wanted to put a popcorn popper. I feel like one of them or both of them, I don't know, maybe they sort of like to watch movies on the weekend, and maybe that's like mom after she comes home from like class or something and she just wants to pop some popcorn and relax. And again, another thing that doesn't really fit, they bought this after they moved in here, so you know, we've got that. And I like that it's like mismatched. I like that, it's realistic. And I'm going to put a light above the sink. I have sized this down quite a bit because it's so big, but I just feel like it fits. And in these old homes, you always had a light over the sink because if you're doing dishes at night after dinner, I mean, you need that, right? And this guy. Now, I was going to do this in blue, but I feel like the like creamy is kind of, it breaks everything up. And also it just kind of like, I don't know, it takes some of the edge off of all the blue. So I did slightly put that up further into the ceiling because we don't have a second floor where it's going to clip up. It's just into the roof. But that way you can also see more of the window or out of the window, like when you're doing whatever you do. I don't know because I don't do dishes. We have a dishwasher. As if that's some luxury. Honestly, it is a luxury. If you have not had a dishwasher in one of your homes, you know how much of a luxury it actually is. We've also got this blue dish strainer. And I've got a soap dispenser that I'm going to have to put in here ye old-fashioned way. So let me do that. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make it a different color. Honestly, I think the yellow is fine. I mean, it's not really yellow. It's like a white, yellow, off-white. I guess it's pretty yellow, like a pastel yellow. It's clipping into the sink, though. Let's fix that. Okay, there we go. I had to use the tool mod actually to get that in the right place, because when I put it in here, this little lip of the sink, it was like sunken down. So yeah, we did it. It's in there. We've got soap. And I have this paper towel roll. Again, very realistic. Whoa. Very realistic. And now, because we have a single mother here, we got a little bit of spice. This is, and I never really understood what this was until recently. This is a calendar that has like hunks in uniform. Like, look, he's like topless. What is happening? Yeah, he's got like the guns to the gun show. Like, what is this? But I like the yellow or yellow and orange swatch with this because of all the blue. It just kind of pops. So we've got that going on. I've got this rug and putting that here just so that when you're doing dishes, if there's any drips, you know, if there's some kind of slip situation going on, you'll be okay. And I wanted to add this because, I don't know, I felt like it kind of just would look pretty above here. Again, it's a grandma and grandpa house, little details like this. It's not really well seen, but it's actually like a blueberry. It's like blueberry, so it kind of goes with the blue theme. And this is like the white or like light wood swatch, so it kind of goes with everything else. So you can't really see it that well, but I mean, believe me, it's there and it's cute. I don't know why the lighting is like this. It's terrible, but there's our kitchen. We have completed the kitchen. Let's take a look. I think that's pretty nice. See, I told you to trust the vision. Isn't that refreshing that you can't see anything? So annoying. There we go. Isn't that refreshing? I think it's quite nice. Yeah, I think it's nice. I think that would be a nice place to cook your meals. And again, I think this is an important room for the family. I hate that it doesn't show everything. I think it's an important room for the family because they like to cook together. And this is maybe one of the places that has a lot of fond memories for both of them, even though they're not really, oops, I forgot about the knife block. They're not really getting along, you know, all of the time. So yeah, I just kind of feel like it's nice. It looks cheerful. It's bright. I like it. So we did it. Now we're going to go into the hall. I'm thinking I want to do the same wallpaper in here as well as every other place. Like as the main little hall and the living room will be the same is what I'm trying to say. So I think I would like some books and things. So let's go ahead and place those. I went ahead and I'm going to add this area rug. I put this in this like plummy mauve color. I think it just kind of goes with everything else. It's not blue. I think that would be like too much. It's like a nice juxtaposition to just, or a nice antidote to all of this blue, I guess I should say. And like, I've got this. I think I was debating on whether I should put this all the way across or just have like one of these. And I think I'm settling on just one because I would like to have a couple of these guys. Now, I think that probably when the daughter and mother came in to live here, they brought a lot of their own books and things. And because they are very bookish, they have their shelves that they brought with them. Or maybe these are like just some ones that they picked up someplace. And these were originally here. And these were like some of the like families and kids storage and things like that they've got throughout the years. And this is more their personal books, as these two shelves. I also have this, which I did not know this existed until today, but this is actually from the Horse Ranch pack, which was wow to me. Yeah, this is technically I guess it's a china cabinet, but I'm going to be using it as a linen closet for towels and things, because they don't have any actual storage, just like my house in real life. So they can't actually put towels and things anywhere. So this is a good place to put them. I'm going to have to find, we've been living here for this is our second year, and we still don't have a linen cabinet. And it's because of laziness, because of money. Well, I'll take that back with the money thing. It's probably not that we couldn't get one for money. It's probably because I've been too lazy to find ones in our price range that are the right size and the right style that I like, because I'm very picky about the things that I like, first of all, for our house. Second of all, where we would have to put this would be upstairs in this tiny little half of a hallway outside of the bathroom. So it's a pain. I think I'm going to have to do something with the tool mod here, so bear with me, just because these are kind of floating and I kind of hate that. So let me do something there. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I want to have it to where it looks like there's been a towel or two taken out too. So I think that will work. And yeah, I mean, only other things I've got pulled out for this hallway is actually quite a bit more than I remembered. I have this little hall table, and I think that this is probably going to be kind of a place where some of the clutter collects, because we've got some boxes under here that probably, even though they've been living in here for a little bit, they haven't really gone through all of these completely. Maybe these are some knickknacks from the old house they really can't find a place for, or a couple of documents they need to keep, or I don't know, stuff like that. We've got some storage under here that I'm going to be putting as well, just to make sure that's not clipping in. Let's check. I mean, at this rate, if I have to look this hard, it's fine. But it doesn't seem like it's clipping in the bottom either. I'm gonna put these. I feel like these are fun. I use these in the elder apartments in Annie's apartment. I just feel like they are a special kind of kitsch. Yeah, and I feel like it would be something from the 80s or 90s that an older home might have from that era. And it was a trendy thing and people just keep them. I like it. I'm also going to be putting on this lamp from the Nostalgia Stuff pack. And I also want to put this backpack because I feel like this is also a place where the teenage daughter, Georgia, where she would kind of just blomp her book bag from school before she goes into her room. And again, this is going to be kind of how her room is. So you can kind of see where I'm talking about how I want things to sort of be. But I think that is going to be it for the hallway, because I don't want to make anything that's too cluttered in here. I want it to be fairly neat. Yes, we have a couple of cluttered things behind here, but not too much. And then I do want to replace the lights, the overhead lights, with these. Again, I feel like these are much more realistic to what a family home would be, especially of this era. Take a quick pause because I keep hearing this really loud plane outside. I don't know what they're doing, crop dusting. I don't know. I really don't know. But it is very loud and I can hear it even with my headphones on. So I don't know what to say or tell you. So if you can hear that in the recording, sorry, but it's happening. Yeah. I think I also just want to put a couple of family pictures or some kind of something right here, just to kind of make it not so plain. I might even put one of these guys or a couple of these guys. Let's see. Maybe I can size you down. Yeah. And then I'll put another one and we'll change the swatches together, just to kind of give it a little something. I do like the birds on that one. So is there anything else? It's just a bunch of flowers. Flowers and one bird. I think this one. Yeah, the colors kind of go, I don't know. But I think that's it for the hallway. I'm kind of pleased with that. And yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. I really like how this is coming together. We're a lot of blue in here, but I feel like it really goes well, and I'm really here for it. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end that today. Yeah, I think next time we will be working on the teenage daughter's room because I'm just too excited to sort of like get that started, or I just want to get that started. So that's what we'll be working on next time. So look forward to that. And yeah, I'm not sure. I think I want to do, because we're going to be stopping this series in a couple, maybe like by next week. I'm not really sure, because by that time, hopefully I'll have the Kern house, the other house of this twin done. I'm not really sure. So if you have any suggestions of anything you'd like to see, please leave me a sweet comment and let me know if you have any suggestions or requests or ideas. I'm thinking about, like I said before, maybe doing some kind of horror theme and getting back to my original roots. Also, I wanted to talk to you guys really quick. If you stuck around this long, thank you so much. We're going to have a little small couple seconds chat, and I'll probably put a poll up by the time this video goes up. But would you guys like to see me play Stardew Valley? Because it's one of my really, really favorite games, and I really want to start playing it on the channel, and I think I will, but I want to wait until 1.6 comes out for the update, because apparently you're supposed to, like, he tweeted recently, the developer, that it would be like good to make a new farm, like a new save. So I kind of want to make a new save anyway if I'm going to be starting it on my channel. It's not going to, of course, like replace Sims stuff or Sims builds, but I really kind of want to play Stardew. If I do, I probably will have face cam. So tell me if you would like that, and if you do, would you like it with face cam or without face cam? I don't know. Let me know your thoughts. And like I said, I'll probably post a poll as well. So, with all that being said, I hope you have a good rest of your day. Make good choices, and I will see you next time. Bye.